Hello children, today we start again the series models, that is auxiliary verb. Already two models we have done, and today we'll continue the other models. And in those models, the important is use of may. May, it is a noun also, like the month, the name of the month May. But here we are using it as an auxiliary verb as a model. And the first use is, it is very important, it is related to when we wish people, when we curse them, we bless them. This is very important. Like, may you live long. Okay, one more, like, may God bless you. It may be in the form of cursing also, like you are saying some negative words about somebody. So there you may use the word may, the model may, for those negative things. Okay, like you have some enmity with somebody, so there you can say you may fail in the examination. Okay, next, next is extreme possibility. When you feel that there is a thing which will certainly happen, so instead of using the future helping verbs which are will and shall, we use may. May itself is a positive sign. Okay, like the sky is cloudy. It may rain. Okay, suppose it is overcast outside, means in the sky. So we feel that there are these clouds, dark clouds. So those dark clouds symbolize that there will be certain rain. So we don't use will and shall, we use may. Okay, like you have worked very hard. It means there is possibility you will pass, but we don't use will, we use may. Okay, like I have worked very hard, I may pass. Okay, suppose you promise somebody that you will go to some place particularly and it is quite certain. So don't use will and shall. You may say, okay, like yes, I may come. It means it is possibility. Extreme possibility, major possibility, when you feel that it is certainly going to happen in the time to come in future. Third, third is very important, to seek permission. To seek permission. To give permission. To seek permission. Both the things. Especially when you are seeking permission from your seniors. When you are seeking permission from your seniors, so there you use the word may in the beginning. Like, may I come in, sir? Okay, so this is the kind of permission we are asking from senior. In the same way, suppose you are asked or you are given or you are granted some kind of permission in positive sense. So there also you may use like the same question, may I come in, sir? So if this teacher, there is a willingness of this teacher that he wants you should come in, so he will say yes, you may. Yes, you may. But the same teacher has the willingness that you should not come in. So he will say, no, you cannot. Okay. So when the permission is not granted, we use cannot. And when the permission is granted, there we use clear. So now we use the next model, and it is might. Might also it has two meanings. First, it is as a model, as an auxiliary verb, and the other word it is might. Might means power. Okay, mighty person. We use for God Almighty. Okay, like we have the word Sarv Shaktiman in Hindi for God. So there it is might. Clear? But we are not using here as the means a noun. This word we are using as model auxiliary. So the first use, it is very important. We use might in indirect form. Indirect form, that is indirect speech. It is very important. Listen, like he said to me, may I do it? This is the use of may. But suppose this is direct speech. Now we want to change it into indirect. So how do we change it? He asked me if he might do it. Okay, so this may we have changed into might. This is very important. Uh, in the in advance, I am telling you we will do this topic also, indirect speech, hence reported speech. So there it will be clear how these things are changed into like from direct to indirect. So this is first use of might. Second, it is also very important. May it represents major possibility, but might it represents least possibility. Least possibility. When you feel chances are less, opportunities are less, options are less. So there we use the word might. And see, might itself, it is a negative word. So when you use might, you should not use no. Okay, very common example. Suppose somebody made you a call and he is asking your consent to go somewhere, and you say I might. Here it means that you are completely in your mind that you will not go there. So instead of using may not, instead of using not, you are simply saying might. Like one Hindi particular phrase we have, देखूंगा, देखते हैं. So in that particular phrase we use I. Clear? So listen, like it is sunshine outside, or it is sunny outside, it might rain. It might rain. Means rain will not be there. Why? Because we have this reason. But we are not using the word not. We are satisfied with the word only might. Okay? I have not worked very hard this year. I might pass. It means possibility of passing. It is very like less this time. So that is why. But which thing is more possible here? Like fail. I have not worked very hard. I may fail. Okay, major possibility. Might fail in no possibility. And might pass no possibility. Okay. So be careful about using this. Commonly, more commonly, these two uses are there of might which are quite common. Okay. So next one I am telling you. Next is also very important. Next one, it is the use of must. Must, the word itself, it is very suggestive. The things which are quite compulsory, the things which are very much important, the things which you cannot leave easily, it becomes quite impossible for you to leave them. So there we use must. So we do not have many usage of must, but it is only one. But that one it tells you everything clearly. Must is used for compulsory duties, important duties or activities which are quite important. Means the things that you cannot leave in between. So there in between are the things that you cannot leave easily. The things which you feel that it has to be followed. The rules, the duties, the laws which are to be followed and you cannot leave them. So there we use must. Okay, with the examples you will feel how do we use or how can we use these this particular must. Listen, like we must follow the traffic rules. See, traffic rules very important. Suppose we don't follow, something negative will happen to us. So that is why we use must. And whenever must is applied somewhere, it means that thing should not be prohibited. Okay, you have to be the part of, like you have to be a kind of follower, whether it's a rule or it's a kind of duty. Okay, listen, the patient must be seen by the doctor. See, ordinary people when they take care of the patient, that is not good. That is not according to the rule. It is the duty of the doctor that he should see them, he should look after it, he should provide some kind of care to him. Okay, so these are the things that we have to be very much careful. Like anything which is very very important, the things which you feel that you cannot leave them, you have to abide by. You should be the part of that particular rule as far as that following is concerned. Okay, so this is about the model must. Next is also, it is very very important, and it is the use of used to. See, many students they use this model in a confusing state. They do not know how to use it. See, used to, it is used in two different ways. First, as a model, another is just a kind of phrase. Used to, basically, it is applicable to the things like past habits or the things which were in routine in the past. Okay, like habitual action in the past. Habitual action in the past. The things which did happen in the past. So there we use these things, past habits. Like I would do something in the past, that was a kind of habit. So when we mention that habit at present, so there we use used to. First use. Listen, like I used to, I used to go to school late. Means it was my habit. Again, I tell you all the models just after them. We use first form. After every model, just after every model, we use first form. Yeah. I used to go to school late. So this is past habit, but we are mentioning that habit at present. Next, the same thing. Habitual action in the past. Okay. Or habitual action, or when we mention something like existence of something in the past. Two examples I am telling, and with that it will be quite clear. Like he used to cheat his customers. It was his habitual action in the past. One more thing, there used to be, again we here their first form. We are referring to some kind of existence of something in the past. There used to be a temple in this village. Last thing. Okay, there used to be. See, used to, first form and used to be. I tell you, this is a kind of system, tradition, or some kind of existence or building of a custom or tradition which used to be earlier. And this is a kind of activity that used to be followed by somebody earlier. So this is how we used to do. Clear? Habit of somebody, existence of something. It may be building, it may be kind of custom, it may be kind of tradition. But now there is another use. Used to means used to means when you are addicted to somebody, addicted to something. It may be positive, it may be negative. Okay, like uh, somebody is fond of something. So and that thing, it is quite genuine. You cannot leave that habit. So there, like I'm used to playing hockey. I'm used to drinking. Okay. So the things which are in the form of habit, strong habit. So there we use them as in this way, not as a model, only just a kind of phrase. It is a use of use. Okay. Listen. Uh, in another way, I tell you how you can make a difference when you apply these things. Used to, any activity done by somebody, like ऐसा करता था. Used to be, ऐसा हुआ करता था. And used to, ऐसा हो गया. Means when you are habitual of something and you don't want to leave it easily because it is quite difficult. It is impossible almost. So there we use these things in this way. Okay. So the other models I tell you in the next video. I hope you understood the things well. Goodbye.